This is averagecracker with another video tutorial on how to change your speakers. Okay, no, it's not a video tutorial actually. I just replaced this one to these little crappy Pioneer things, but this is what actually came out of that area. Oops. Well, anyways, those things were blown. That's the only reason why I was changing them. They're actually great speakers that come inside of the car. This car comes with great stock speakers. And so basically I kind of, where'd the flashlight go? I kind of ghettoed this up. So as you can see right here, I just bolted that stuff in like that. But it's totally sturdy. There's no rattling. And the music's loud. A couple of things I wanted to point out, because I did also change the ones in the back. Basically, something that I noticed that's really tricky is that both these door handles are different on each side of the car. So the one on the driver's side is actually pretty easy. You can just pry it off. This one, not so much. I don't completely understand how I got it off, but I think it was pulling down from this part and then pulling out. And there's a little latch here. Also, the connector for this window switch is different than the one on the driver's side. This one looks like this. And you actually, there's nothing you have to push, you just have to pry out. So I was kind of scared about breaking this. You just have to pull on it. The other one has a switch on the bottom, and then you push out, pull out. You have to be careful with that thing. And it's a strange size right here, and these lumps are different on both doors too, so the way I mounted them was different. Basic idea, but different placement of the screws. Like the other one I think was up here and two over here, something like that. What else? Water seems to get in the back of this. I don't know if that's an issue or not, but these were pretty cheap. Like $40 normally. Probably gonna switch them to the kickers that I have in the back. Something I want to point out about the back, if I can remember exactly. Okay, so these little panels here, these things that run across the door, the seat next to the door, are the biggest pain in the butt to get out. I was like trying to get this out for maybe 20 minutes on that side, and there's this little hook, not really a hook, but on the upper side of this, behind here in this exact area, there's a little arm thing that comes down and goes into the metal of the frame of the car, or the trunk, I guess. And for some reason, for whatever reason, when you try to lift up from the bottom here, and I grabbed it from right down there and pulled up, it just would not come out unless I pulled forward and then pushed up, and then I broke the little hook things. But that's fine, because now it's easier to access whenever I need to remove these pieces. There's just a screw under here for these, and that's all I need to take out for the future if I need to replace them. It is not any looser, whether it has that little hook thing or not, unless you go to like actually pull on this thing from the top. But hopefully you don't do that. Also, be careful with these little heat sink things. I don't know what they would be called, for the window defroster. You don't want to break those when you're pulling out these panels. And there's a couple of other video tutorials on how to get these back speakers out, but there's nothing on the front speakers that I found, so I'm just going to talk you through it because it's been a pain in the butt to do all of this. What else was difficult about the back? Also, the kicker speakers and the Pioneers that I'm using are 6.5 inches, which I don't think they're the stock size. The stock size is kind of weird. It's the holes in the back are a little bit bigger and the holes in the front are a little bit bigger, but I think there's mounts to fix that issue, but I just kind of just rigged it up my own way. What else? I remember there was something else in the back that was kind of difficult. Can't remember. But anyways, yeah, that was the biggest issue, just this piece right here, getting that thing out. And then in order to actually get out this whole bin here, this tray that goes across the back of the seats, you have to take this out, this panel out, take down the seat, take out these two screws, and that's it. The rest is pretty much muscle and push pins and stuff. And for this one, you have a whole bunch of push pins right there. These are screws. This, something to note about this is how you open the door, okay? And that's a little bit confusing to get out of this piece right here, because the way that this sits is like this inside of the door. Can't really see it, like this. And this little piece goes on this metal like that. And the hook goes into this hole right there, and then this little arm on the back right there swings across. I'm trying to demonstrate this. It hooks onto that piece right there. And basically, in order to get that off, you have to, this is a really bad demonstration, but hopefully you guys understand a little bit. You have to push this out that way and then pull down, and then that's that. Before you do that, there's 2 screws here you have to get out. And another thing I noticed, since there aren't many videos on getting this out, is that there's 2 screws in the actual door handle on both sides. Right here. Actually, this I found out through a video. Screw in here, and there's a screw right up here. And those you have to get out. And then after that, you just have to make sure that you have this piece off and kind of lift out and then up, because there's going to be a piece of that lining for the window that goes in here. And you can't really pull it out without breaking it or anything unless you lift up and then out. This too you have to be careful with. And yeah, that's pretty much everything I could think of. If anything comes up that I remembered, that was kind of difficult, I'll update. Okay, so I just remembered the other issue that I was having was that this speaker right here sits inside of here like this. And I realized on this one that if I lift up, I thought that if I lift up and pulled, that this would just come out. After like trying to pry it and trying to figure out how to do it without breaking it, I was like, screw it, I'm gonna have to break it in order to figure out how to get the other one out properly. So basically, looking at the back here, you have these 2 latches, or hooks, I guess. They're in pieces right now, but the point is they kind of sit here like this, and it's actually a hook. It's really hard, I don't have enough hands for this. But there's a hook here that comes out like that. It sits right here, and when it's inside, it's sitting inside the metal like this. So when you lift up, it kind of like gives you room to pull out this way. So for example, this was in there like that, so you have to lift up and then pull this way. But the issue is that there was also a latch up here, and that's, the camera's in the way of the light. There's also a latch right here, and that's what actually broke right here in order to get it out. That was the main issue. So what I figured out was, see, this one's all intact. This one has the hooks right there, and it also has a metal piece. So what I figured out is that when it's sitting inside of the little hole, like I said, you can only lift it up and down. In order to lift outwards without breaking this piece, you have to push down on this metal piece right here with a screwdriver. And when you actually look at it without having it out like this, it's really flush with the door, so it'll sit right in there, and you can't really see that too well, so you kind of have to feel for it. And you could pull on it out a little bit just to see, like, if you have a flashlight, you can get some some shine off of this, and you can find out exactly where that hook is. But anyways, you're gonna push on this downwards with a flathead or something, and then pry outwards from the top, and then lift up, and then that's how you get this out without breaking anything. So thanks for watching. Leave a thumbs up, and hopefully this helps anyone with like questions on things that they can't really figure out, because I haven't seen many videos of that. I've seen videos of the back speakers, but not the front ones. Yeah. Thanks for watching.